Hello, my friends on YouTube. I welcome you to this video. Um, I made a couple of videos before, about maybe 6 months ago, or maybe more than that, talking about uh, North Korea, Iran, and Pakistan, that there will be a downfall following this uh, formula, starting with North Korea, then Iran, then Pakistan, because North Korea is actually the most dangerous nuclear threat to the world today, followed by Iran and then Pakistan. Many countries, by the way, have nuclear uh, weapons. The fear is not of the weapon itself. Like, for example, many policemen, they carry guns, they carry rifle, military people, they train with guns, but they are on a level of responsibility, at least most of them, that they are not going to turn and shoot their friends from the same team. They're trained, their training is to equip them to fight the enemy who will come to attack them. The problem is when you give a gun or you give a knife to a 4 years old child. That is very dangerous. And unfortunately, most of these like Muslim countries, unfortunately, they are not really responsible. If you remember the Gaddafi, I think it was 1984 when he bought weapons from Russia and he started to go crazy and he was doing all kind of stupid stuff. It took Reagan, he tried the patience of President Reagan. He told him, okay, they destroyed all of his equipment that was driving him crazy. It's the same thing with Iraq when he also Saddam Hussein was trying to build a nuclear bomb. It was the same with Gaddafi. These people, they are really unstable upstairs and they can cause a lot of harm. Kim Jong-un also, he's not really, every, about 6 months ago, he was just blowing rockets left and right to a point that maybe a year ago, President Trump called him the rocket guy. So uh, that is dangerous to give this weapon to a person who is unaware or does not really calculate the magnitude of the danger of such weapon. This is exactly like giving a gun to a 4 years old who doesn't know how much damage this gun can cause. So anyway, I believe Trump, he met with Kim Jong-un 2 times and he looks like he tried but he didn't succeed. And to bomb him, it will be practically World War III. China is backing him up, and they will not stand still. Russia will not stand still, and it will be a disaster on humanity. So I'm saying that because actually what's happening today, if you look at the map uh, of the well, if you are from the Arab side, you will call it the Arab Gulf. If you look from the Persian side, it's called the Persian Gulf. But anyway, it's the Gulf that separates the Arabian Peninsula from Persia. There are few countries on the left side, on the west side, which Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, uh, Oman. All these countries are oil producing countries, and most of their oil pass through the Gulf, through the yeah from the Gulf, Arabian Gulf, but through the what's called Hormuz Strait. That it's a very tight area, and this is why I want to change the, how do you say, like the sequence um, of what will happen. This is a brilliant plan, whoever came up with, if it's Trump or his military assistants. If you actually look at the map, uh, you could easily stop uh, the oil tankers from leaving this area. You could let's say, because America and the Saudis are on one side, they can let the Saudi tankers, oil tankers, pass, but not the Persian. So when America punished Iran, they stopped the sale of oil, but they gave exception to China. So shipments was going to China on a regular basis through that Hormuz Strait. But China is backing North Korea up. China is putting Kim Jong-un to cause the headache in a way similar to the situation in Egypt when Mubarak was the president. He was always asking for money from the West, especially from the United States. And the excuse, I need this money to keep the Muslim Brotherhood in check, to keep them checked. And he will take this money, give some money to the Muslim Brotherhood to have some activity going on. He wanted them to stay so he can play America, take money from America, and keep the Muslim Brotherhood happy and keep them as the thorn. So he will always kind of like threaten America. If I let these guys out on you guys, they will destroy your country. So give me money to keep them down. China is doing the same with America. But I guess that game became old. So uh, let us sell our merchandise to you guys and give us a break. We don't have to buy so much from you. You buy from us. We're at least taking care of Kim Jong-un for you. North Korea, we're keeping it checked for you so they don't do any misdeed. So instead of uh, confronting North Korea and risk World War III, America decided to block the oil going to China. So they put the American Navy there, and there is no match to the American Navy. China, I heard it has two air carriers. One of them was to be dismantled and sold as scrap metal, and they salvage it. So China, especially in the sea, is not matched to America. So they will not challenge America militarily, especially navy-wise. It will be foolish. So you are playing that game with us. Okay, fair enough. We're putting pressure on Iran. But Iran is sending the oil to China, is the lifeline to China, is the heart of economy for China. If China collapses, North Korea will collapse with it. North Korea is dependent on China. So if this happens, instead of actually risking war, you're doing economically, you're actually even though China is the second largest economy in the world, it is very fragile economy. So it can collapse at any time. And that's why I'm correcting myself instead of North Korea, Iran, Pakistan. Pakistan still in the end, but actually uh, Trump is confronting China, and Iran. Iran actually is not the main issue, but he is using Iran as a step because they are working on nuclear energy or nuclear bomb. So he's hitting two birds, or actually more than two birds with one stone. So he's telling Iran to stop, cutting the lifeline from China to take care of this boy Kim Jong-un of North Korea, because they were always playing games. Give me more, I will take care of him. And they don't do anything. So I think, what's his name? President Trump is fed up with that game. So, okay, I'm putting stress directly on China. Do whatever you want to do after that. You want to take care of this boy and tell him not to threaten or remove him totally. Because he was, last year, he was every couple of days or couple of weeks, he would fire a couple of rockets next to the Japanese island, or one was near Alaska in the United States, and he's just going crazy. And these things is done with the knowledge of the Chinese authority. So the correction here is actually confrontation. Actually it's still in the same order, but China now is used as the gambling chip to put stress on North Korea. And Iran is in the same position. And Pakistan will be at the end. The best thing actually is all that good signs that the dictatorship, whether it's Islamic, because the Islamic system is actually a dictatorial one. Even if they don't admit that, and they tell you, oh, we have Prophet Muhammad told us to vote between the top elite 4 or 5 people that they were with Muhammad. That's it. That's his. These are the people to vote, not the public. It's a dictatorship. The same thing when the Soviet Union was around. The vote was from the top, the 10 or 20 people, the inner circle. They will decide who will be the president once the president died, not the public, not the public. So these are all dictatorship, and in a way, I'm happy to see what's happening because it is really good sign. It shows that the end of these dictatorship is very imminent. Thank you very much. We hope to hear from you.